My
good?
phone is.
I look like I'm bald because of like the black. Okay. Alrighty. Well, good morning. Today we are going to be working on lower body integration, okay, in part 2, right, Steph? We're gonna
Yeah.
be combining all of the stuff that we learned in part 1 with a new set of movements, some that you guys might already be familiar with, some that you may have never tried before, but that's okay because we're gonna briefly go over those. It's mostly what, like squats, lunges, things like that, right? So most
Yeah.
people have already done those. And yeah, we're gonna go on to the next. Yes. So what is a kettlebell? Just quick, this is a review from last time. It's a weighted ball with a handle. We're going to go over all the different parts because Steph is going to be using them during the session. She'll be referring to all the different parts of the kettlebell. It's originally used as a farming tool in Russia, which a lot of people don't know, right? But then became an exercise tool for the Russian military, and then it became a national sport in 1948. So it is a low impact method of exercise that promotes strength, flexibility, and stability. Alrighty. And I'm like, okay, oh no, okay. So the kettlebell. So here are all the parts, right? There's the bell, the base, the horns, the corners, the handle, and then this is the window. Okay? These are all different positions that we're going to be taking up today, right, Steph? So I don't know if you want to briefly go
Yeah.
over these.
Yeah. So when you look at the bell itself, you obviously have like the whole cannonball shape and then the handle on the top. Mostly today we're going to end up using around the corner and around the horns, and of course like on the handle on the top. Because if you look towards the lady in the center here, where she's holding the kettlebell near her face, that's the front rack position. So most of the moves that we're going to be doing today is going to be from a racked position. So we're going to be using that word a lot, as well as dead stop up in the corner there, and hike and half kneeling. Essentially everything that you see on the board today, we're going to end up using. It's just like quick terms to describe certain movements. So that way, when you start to move through a series of a flow, which is one movement to the next, you'll learn the words and terms quite quickly, and they are quite intuitive. So don't worry too much about having to memorize anything like right off the bat. You're gonna see like we use them so much in a workout that you'll have everything pretty clear and memorized by the end.
Get cued the whole time, basically.
Yeah, it's always like we say them so often. So
okay, cool. I like that. So yes, so frequently cued, and it's like the same cues because it's basically the same pattern. It's like a pattern, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Nice. I love it. Okay. So why choose kettlebells? We chose kettlebells because this is why at Atletica we think that it's really important because we support holistic training. I feel the kettlebell represents holistic movement really, really well. It engages the core, which is foundational in all movements and everything, right? It all branches out from here. So I just love how functional it is, and Steph is super passionate about it. So together, we get to promote a really, really practical and useful form of training. And so the basics, we already went over this in the first one. Obviously, you need to ground your feet. You need to be rooted in the ground. Think of having your foot as a tripod, but it's also a muscle. So it's going to be working as you're pushing. Shoulder packing or stacking, making sure that your spine is neutral and strong. This is part of core engagement. And then there's the different styles. We're going to be going over mostly flow, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So today it's mostly high volume sequences and flows. Okay. Again, make sure that you brace your core properly. Breath work is really important. You're going to notice that both Steph and myself will be breathing. I'll probably be breathing a lot louder than you.
No, my mic is right. It's
Oh, yeah,
centered.
it's
Don't worry about it.
I mean, okay, good. That's good. I might mute myself.
You're gonna hear me breathe.
Yeah, exactly.
ASMR.
Yeah. And so, yeah, so just always make sure that you guys, that you breathe, that you brace properly, and that you allow your breath to flow with the movements. Okay. So we'll definitely cue breathing throughout the exercises, just like we're going to be talking about the exercise movements themselves. We'll mention, okay, this is a time to inhale, this is a time to exhale.
Yeah.
Obviously, we'll be doing a decent amount of hinging, I believe. It's a major part of kettlebell training, just like holding things and holding them above your head is a huge part of it. There is also a lot of hinging. So we're going to go into all the details, but always make sure that you're bracing properly and that you're not arching your lower back.
Yeah.
Okay, so now Steph, you take over. I think,
Yes.
are you able to go through the slides? Are you able to?
I think so. Let me try.
Yes,
Yes.
awesome. Cool.
Okay. Okay, beautiful. So if you remember from last time, in terms of the swing is a hinge movement where your hips are driving. Essentially, your hips is the main driver, the main mover throughout the movement. And you're going to feel your feet, you're going to feel your core. There's the shoulder packing that we talked about, and creating a neutral spine from like your tailbone to the back of your head. So can we move to
The next one?
No, I want to move to practical. I just want to show my screen first.
Oh, right. Yeah, no, well, that's what I was trying to do actually.
Okay.
While you were saying that, I was like, how do I get Steph on the screen? I was trying to
make sure I'm lined up here.
I think view multi.
No rush. I can see myself if I move the thing out of the way, but
I think it's is it immersive? Oh goodness, I don't even know anymore. Place participants. This view will gather everyone in the same scene. Participants using older versions will view.
maybe fuse. Stop sharing the presentation.
Can you see me?
I see you in the screen. Oh, it's still your screen.
This is so bizarre. Okay. Are you there? Can you see it?
I see you.
I see you and me. Side by side speaker. It says follow host video order set meeting.
What if I hold on? What if can you spotlight me? Maybe that'll work.
Where's that?
If you click on like on my square, I don't know if there's like 3 dots at the top to click, and you can go spotlight maybe. I don't know if that works only for the host.
I can make you host.
Maybe we can try that. Oh. Okay.
But are you able to have the presentation now or no? It's okay because you were going into the practical anyways.
Yeah.
We can do the presentation again.
Okay, wait. Ooh, okay, I'm big. I see myself big. Okay. So just to break down the hinge and the swing. So if kind of like what we saw in the image that Laura was pointing out before, on the slide, you can kind of see a still image, but the swing is a hinge, right? So you're taking your hips back. And if you just take a peek at your legs, your knees and ankles are kind of stacked on top of each other. So that's how you know you're in a really proper hinge, is because your hips are pushing behind you. You're not letting your knees come too far forward and then just kind of bending in half. This is more of like a squat position. You really want it to be more or less bent over. And then your spine is nice and neutral from the tailbone to the back of your head. And then your core is engaged as well. There's a slight bend in my knees to engage my glutes. They're not completely straight. It's more of like a classic Romanian deadlift position. This is essentially the mover for your swings, okay? So if you just want to pick up your bell.
How far apart should our feet be?
So into,
Enough?
with your bell, if you remember, we used the word tripod before. You
Yeah.
want your bell to be slightly in front of you and your feet about hip to shoulder width apart.
Okay.
Depending on your individual anatomy, you might feel more comfortable with a wider stance. You might feel more comfortable with your toes slightly out. Kind of depends on how that feels for you. But you want your feet hip to shoulder width apart, side by side, and your bell about 1 foot in front, the center of your feet. So you're creating like a tripod shape, a triangle shape in between your feet. That way, when you grab the handle, which is the top of the bell, both hands, right here, you can see my legs are straight and my back is straight. I'm able to actually hinge this far in this position, but regardless, when we move through the hinge with the, when we move through the swing with your kettlebell in a dead stop position, that means it's flat against the floor. As you grab onto your bell, you're going to take a bend into your knees and push your hips back. Push your hips back, transfer the weight into your heels, and then let your bell just lean into your hands. So now the base is kind of facing the floor and my bell is tilted on the side. That way, all of your posterior chain, your hips, your glutes, your hamstrings are loaded, and you can really pull the bell back in between your thighs and thrust it forward.
Okay.
Yeah. Keeping it in between your thighs, if you remember from last time, you want your bell as close towards your torso to your pelvis as possible. So you have the bell in between your thighs as you drive your hips forward. Yeah, and then as you drive your hips forward, if you, again, remember from last time, it's not about bringing your hips so far in front of you that you curve your back behind you into an extension. You're trying to find that 3-point stack. So you have your hips right underneath your ribs and your head on top of your rib cage. So every time you bring the bell forward, you are coming straight up to stand. So you don't have to worry about bringing your hips forward or swinging the bell out as much as possible. You're thinking of standing straight up. And then because your feet are flat against your surface, you can really press through the feet. It's going to feel like you're standing straight, like you're about to do like a jump. You're squeezing your thighs, rooting through your feet, and your glutes are engaged at the top.
Exactly. I was gonna
That's
say,
the sensation that you're looking for in the swing.
It's gonna feel like your butt's on fire.
Yeah.
I'm like, my booty.
It's a lot of like posterior chain
It's a lot of posterior
focus, way more than your arms.
100%.
The arms are secondary. And the reason why we're like honing that in so much is because most of the moves are going to be happening from a hinge position, and you want your hinge to derive from your core and your hips.
Yeah.
Rather than thinking about bringing the bell up and down or forward and back, think about your hips moving the bell itself.
We're going from full flexion in the hips to extension. And so the glutes,
exactly.
That's why we don't need to go past this point, right? Because if you go past this point, then we're no longer engaging these muscles or these muscles, we're actually just flexing our lower back. So if we flex our glutes fully, we get to this point, the glutes are fully engaged, the core is engaged, and our back is safe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, just because this is the first thing that I'll see in swings is going too far forward this way. What I want you to think, if you want to do it a couple times, is just kind of stand up straight, no weights in your hands. You're squeezing your core, you're squeezing your glutes, and just come up onto your toes. What do you need to do in order to stay up on your toes without falling? You have to squeeze your thighs. You have to stack yourself really straight on top of each other. That way you don't feel like you're coming too far forward or you're coming too far back. you have to stand straight. So that feeling of like needing to explode upwards onto your toes is the same feeling you're gonna have when you're standing straight and the bell is in front of you. You have to squeeze everything in order to hold yourself up straight.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's the swing, 2-hand swing.
Yes.
Yes.
One
Can
arm.
we try? Do you want to do single arm swing?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. We're going to do single arm swing. We're going to do alternating swing. So it's essentially the exact same setup. You're going to have your feet planted, hip to shoulder width apart, and your bell 1 foot in front in the middle, creating that triangle shape, just as we saw before. Take 2 hands on the bell onto the handles. You're going to swing back, right? So you initiate the drive from your hips. Lean back into your heels. Feel the bell peel up off the floor. Then pull it back, hike it, in between your thighs and thrust forward. So just stay with the 2-arm swing for now. Then at the apex, which means at the top, when the bell is in front of you, drop 1 hand. Good. Every time the bell comes forward, exhale.
It's arm back, arm forward, right?
In your free arm, if you're still swinging, every time your bell comes back, arm back. Every time your bell is forward, arm in. Can you grab it with both hands if you're still swinging? Take it to the floor.
It's hard.
It's harder with 1 hand than it is with 2, yes.
I did it with my left arm because I wasn't able to see. And it's actually really hard.
Let's try the other side. If you only did it on one side, let's try with the other side.
Yeah. I wanted to do like an even amount on both because I'm sweating. I'm sweating right now.
So we start with 2 hands on the bell first.
And always 2 hands, never.
Start with, just for the sake of like practice,
Okay.
Start with the bell in the dead stop position on the floor. The reason why I always have people start in the dead stop position on the floor and not in the hike in the hands is because I want you to ensure that you're loading your hips first, right? Because you have the bell in front of you. Yes. Feet in your tripod stance. Grab the bell, 2 hands. Can you, little sit, lean back, weight in the heels, hike it between the thighs, thrust forward. Do a couple 2 hand, then release the other hand.
I'm so unfortunate.
One side again will be easier than the other. Yeah. Oh my God, Laura looks good. So it's key to have the bell, which Laura is doing, in between the thighs as much as possible. That's it. When you have the bell in between the thighs, not your knees, not your shins, you're in a stronger position because you have the bells close to your core, your essence of where everything comes from, as much as possible. Remember I said last time we said bell to balls? It's that it's that concept, right? And then just as a key, because I know a lot of clients are like different shapes, different bodies, if you feel like you don't have enough room in between your thighs, again, you can practice a bit with a wider stance, like more shoulder width, toes a little bit out, not fully out like towards the ends of a mat, but like kind of maybe sort towards top corners. But for everybody, regardless of your shape, in order to create space in between your thighs, you have to squeeze your glutes and outer rotation towards your legs. Like you literally have to wrap your thighs open. See how I'm like wrapping my thighs open, but my feet aren't moving?
You're basically externally rotating.
I'm externally rotating the thigh within the hip socket.
Yeah.
To make room for my bell.
And to squeeze the glutes. So as you do this, glutes on this side are simultaneously going to flex, right? So you're going from, like if I'm standing like this, then like this, and then like this, right?
Yeah.
So
And it helps with like a bit of bend in the knee.
It's just a little bend, or you can just externally rotate, but the little bend plus external rotation is going to get you into this little position of,
Yeah. And it gives you that extra room that you need, because sometimes the bell, as you know, depending on the weight, will be bigger or smaller.
Yeah, some of them are really big. I feel like that's why, I think also, Steph, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Bells are used differently too, right? They have some that are they're pretty light, but they're pretty big. And then there's some that are heavier, but they're smaller. And I think the shapes change too. So it's like, it really depends on what kind.
It depends on like your equipment, and it depends on like your own personal anatomy. Because some people's thigh bones into their femurs into the hip sockets might be more narrow. Some people it's really wide. Depends. But essentially, like that wrapping open by squeezing your glutes to externally rotate your thighs is universal. Like that is for everybody.
Everybody's butt.
Yeah, it engages your glutes a lot more. Your glutes are like the biggest muscle in your body, so use them.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, that's why women have such strong legs, because we actually utilize like all of the muscles. So this is a message for the guys that don't work their legs out enough.
Yeah, especially the glutes and the glute med. Like, anyway,
you have to work them out, so it's
Laura, do you want to try a alternating swing, hand switching
up here? So like when
my so the alternating swing is the same thing as a two-hand swing and a single arm swing happening together at the same time. So the hand switch, if you remember from the single arm swing where you was at the apex, where you're at the top, you let one hand go. So it's the same thing. It's going to happen at the top, at the apex. When the bell is in front of you, this is where you let go of one hand. You let the bell swing back, and then at the top, you switch hands. Okay, let's try it. Let's try it. So you're going to start in, again, the dead stop position on the floor. You're going to set up your feet. Bell, one foot in front. Grab the handles, the top. Rock your weight back into your heels, and then hike it back between your thighs and thrust it forward. So start with two-hand swing again. And then when you're ready at the apex at the top, let one hand go, grab it with the other hand, and see if you can switch back and forth. I'm just gonna come and see. Yeah. Good. It looks good. The key with hand switching, you can continue, you can stop, it's up to you. The key with hand switching is you're going to see now the momentum of the bell is going to want to bring it down to your feet. You need to stay integrated in your core. And now we're going to talk a bit about the back. Remember we talked about that shoulder packing? You're going to really want to engage your back muscles to keep everything close towards your torso. So if you feel like your bell is getting away from you towards the floor, now that you're doing a hand switch, it means your back isn't involved. You can imagine.
Was that happening to me, or is that just an example?
No, but it's something I see often.
I was like, my
it was good.
Okay,
Two things.
I just wanted to make sure, because I was like, then I could show. But basically, you're saying like here, at this point, when people are coming back down, you need to be squeezing this over here, right?
Yeah, it's as if I'm standing in front of you and the bell is at the apex, so it's at the top, and I'm standing in front of you and I push on the bell. Okay, what does your body need to do to prevent it from slamming to the floor? It almost feels like it has to pull it in using your lats.
Oh, right, I get it. Like almost like a straight bar row.
So not only,
it's like you're like bringing down this part of your back. You're kind of like
yes. So you can see, if you're watching Laura, you can see in your back at the apex when it's out in front of you, your lats are forward. And then to bring it back, you have to actually pull your lats back. Because if I didn't, my bell would come. So if I'm out here, my bell would actually come all the way down here. See how far away my lats are from like my armpit and my tricep? But if I engage the lats, I'm able to actually pull it back, and look what happens to my spine. It's neutral, and look how much higher my fist is now.
Yeah, that actually is a great.
So not only, yes, all of the drive and the movement is happening from your hips and your core, your legs, like we talked about, but to keep control over the momentum of the bell, you actually also have to integrate your upper body.
Yeah, no shit. This is so hard.
The reason why I don't talk about the upper body so much in the swing is because of the movement that happens in the hinge and in your hips.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about bringing the bell up with your arms.
It's actually about bringing it down. It's
about bringing it down with control. Because if I talk about lifting it up with your arms, what I'm going to see is your hips coming like this, then your arms going up.
Yeah, and people
which I don't want.
They actually end up using their shoulders, which is what
exactly. And your shoulders compared to your lats, which are giant wings from the top here all the way down, are more capable of holding the load and volume that you're asking it to do.
Because they're also meant for pulling, right? Like on the way down, you're literally, it's like, imagine you're going like, you're yanking something, right? Like
you're yanking something.
You're literally yanking on something. So when you're doing a straight bar row like this, and you're pulling it like on the cables and you're pulling it down like that, you're flexing over here because you're pulling it down, right? And it's safer because we could technically try pulling with our shoulders, but we're not really pulling. We're just compensating. So you'll see, obviously, in the next exercise, I feel like right now the shoulders are just stabilizing, right?
Like they're being used, but they're not the main.
They're not the main mover.
They're not the main muscle that we're using. No. They're stabilizing
and allowing us to kind of just move up and down. But the down part, that just added like a whole other dimension, because I was stabilizing, but I wasn't like using my lats. Like I wasn't using them, and I just used them, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I thought I was sweating, but I'm like glistening stuff. I just
a kettlebell swing, once everyone has mastered it, you're gonna see the reason why they're so good is because you have to use everything in you to be able to do it and do it well. And do it, like we talked about last time, do it efficiently. Like the whole point of the movement is, how can I make this the easiest possible to be able to keep going? What do I need to do to move efficiently to do this better? You're gonna notice all the times that you're swinging it, that that rep was too low. Oh, that rep was too far out in front of me. Oh, I brought it too high. Or you're gonna notice so fast that I call it an auto-corrective mistake. It's really instant feedback that you can't hide behind.
Yeah, no, I felt it instantly. I was like, okay, that one, like you can literally notice it immediately, because if you're doing it right, it feels like almost like you're doing a bicep curl. Like I don't know how to.
It feels weightless.
Feels weightless. It feels like, but it feels weightless. It also feels like very natural.
Yes.
You know? Like
simple.
I don't know. Yeah, like very, very intuitive. You know.
Yes.
Like once.
Okay.
Yes. Good.
You want to try? Let's just review the clean now.
Yeah.
Okay, the clean, we're gonna do it again from the dead stop position. That's not gonna change. Then we'll try a hike after. In the dead stop position, set yourself up. It's gonna be a single arm movement. We're gonna start with gunslingers first. If you remember from last time, the gunslingers from the floor, and you are pulling it back next to your rib cage, catching the base of the bell. No, not the base, excuse me, the side. And the base is gonna be pointing straight forward like a little gun. So start with one hand on the bell. I'm doing my left hand so you can see. You're gonna hike it back just like before. Bring the weight into your heels, pull it back, and then elbow drives back, and catching the side of the bell. Let it come back in between your thighs to float down to the dead stop position. So again, from the dead stop, hike it back, gunslinger, swing back, dead stop. Hike, gunslinger, swing back, dead stop. Just do that a few times.
You want time?
Getting a little bit more familiar. Let me see.
Yeah, just let me know if it's so.
Dead stop position first.
You know what? I'm gonna do it with my left because I feel like I can do it with my right.
Okay.
And so I'm like, I feel like it's better if I do it so that people can learn.
In the dead stop position first, Laura? Yeah?
Please.
Setting yourself up.
I can't hinge further, so when I lean back, you'll see it's not a huge one, and it's because
when you're doing it from the dead stop, it's going to look or maybe feel, especially if you don't have a mirror or you're doing this outside or whatever, it's gonna feel a little bit more like a squat when you first do it.
Right, no, I meant like yes, but also I can't push back too far because I tore. I tore like a part of. I don't know if I tore it. I think I did a part of my hamstring on my right side.
Yeah.
So if you notice that I'm like hesitating, because
no, take your time with it. Take your time with it.
Yeah. No, it was just in case. Just in case.
Yeah.
It's a little weak, you know. So here, this part. This is the part.
Pause. Right where you are, can you lift your chest forward more? Yes.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Then you're going to hike it back like a single arm swing and then catch it in a gunslinger.
Okay. So here.
Yeah. Whip it.
But this part.
Yeah.
It's like, do I want to like swing it, whip it up, and then pull it in?
Good question. So what Laura is essentially asking is when you go from the hike to the gunslinger, how far out does your arm need to be in order to pull it back? And the answer to that is because essentially the gunslinger is you're prepping for the clean. If you remember from last time, it's one movement is helping for the next movement. So when you're gunslinger, I want you to think that you're pulling it from the floor into, like you have a lawnmower chain and you're trying to like pull the lawnmower chain. You are pulling the lawnmower chain close to your body. So as you hike it back and pull it into the gunslinger, it's gonna pass maybe like a little bit in front of your toes, and then you're going to right away pull with your back muscles to drive that bell back. What I don't want is that you swing it so far out in front of you that when you pull it back, it's gonna feel like it's slamming into your body. But the closer you're able to actually pull it in between the feet, in between your thighs, that kind of closeness, the easier the movement will actually be. Yeah.
So it's like
it's super close. Exactly, Laura. It's very close.
Pulling it out.
Yeah. It's like you're hiking it back between your thighs and already thinking about bringing it underneath your hand.
Oh, my armpit just let up a little sound. I literally went.
Yeah. But it looks so good compared to last time. So this is why.
Yeah, right? The thing is, last time I was using that thing that was so light, right? And now that I'm weight, it feels so much better. Like
like a bit of like resistance.
Get like this is something I want to mention. Like the last time I did this, I was using very, very light weight, like no weight. And this is 15 pounds. It's not hard, but I feel it. Like I feel it when I'm moving it. So I feel like you need to get a weight that your brain, your muscles can sense. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't have to be super heavy, but you need to be able to like sense it because it's like this movement. Let me correct you if I'm wrong. But over here, right? Like you're swinging it and then it's almost you're like
good. Can you with your free hand catch the the reason why is because when we go into the clean, which is coming up right now, is that you can use that other hand to push it into your rack position.
Right. So you're like here.
It's like a assisted clean, we call it.
Okay, sorry. It was just
Yeah.
arm.
Get a feel about like what's going on.
Yeah, I'm like, ooh. Okay, so back.
Yeah. Hike it back and drive it in. Yes. That's it. That's a gunslinger. Okay. Let's try it clean. You can do the same side because your nervous system kind of like knows what's going on. In the clean, if you want to start, you can do a couple gunslingers again, just to like, okay, I know what's happening. A couple gunslingers. Essentially, the clean, there's a few things that's going to happen. You're putting it into the rack position. So if you want, hold it at the gunslinger.
Yeah.
Let your hand that has the handle relax. Slide it to the horns, which is the corner, and point your thumb to the ceiling.
Okay.
Okay? You're pointing your thumb to the ceiling. Use the other hand that's holding the bell to go all the way into the pocket of your elbow. With my hand open, all 4 fingers are pointing to the ceiling.
Okay.
Yeah, you can close your fist.
Okay, so
in the bell, I'm gonna face my palm forward. You can see it's at an angle. The heel of my hand in between my thumb and my index, and all of my fingers are able to point to the ceiling.
like this?
Yes, Laura? Okay, wait. So yours is like this? What that happens is that I'm folding at the wrist. Can you put this part of your bell on this part of your hand more? You actually have less grip. Like my calluses, my palm is like free. Yeah. The reason for this is because look at my wrist on my elbow. It's straight. Yeah.
My wrist can't straighten.
It can't straighten because you need to relax your grip.
Like even if I do, so if I put it here.
Look.
If I put it here, I feel like there's no space, like
because if you look at your actual hand,
yeah,
when your bell is like this, I'm just gonna face it this way so you can see. Look at the angle of the handle.
It's straight.
So you actually want it to be, I'm gonna take a pen like this on your hand. No, other way. Yeah.
Wait, like this?
On this part of your hand.
But this way.
Nope.
Not like this?
Yes, like this. Close your fist. Punch to the ceiling.
Like this.
Mm-hmm. Good.
It's like
because now you're bringing it like inside.
Yeah,
Push it out.
Push it out.
And then bring your elbow on your ribs.
So like this.
Close your fist. And then your wrist is kind of like this. Punch up. Curl it towards your chin. Yeah, that's a rack. So it's close, touching. My elbow is touching my side. I'm able to like hold it like I'm holding a baby.
Damn. Is it hurts?
Pardon?
Is it supposed to like I shouldn't feel it here, should I?
You will.
I will. Okay, that's what I wanted to know. I was like, but I was like, I'm okay with the discomfort. I'm just like, something I'm gonna get used to. Is it because
right here?
Forearm?
When you are starting to clean and snatch is going to become a bit sensitive. You might get discoloration like redness or whatever, because in the beginning you're going to slam a bit, and that's okay.
Okay, so that's what I was trying to figure out.
It's going to happen. It's resting on like this part of your arm. And also it's happened before, depending on the bell that you're using. I've used ones with like corners, is that I also feel it here.
Right.
And there's been slamming also on this part of my arm as well. When I was first learning, I had bruises here and bruises here.
Okay, that's what
it goes away, I promise. But
no.
Yeah.
But it's kind of, I was trying to adjust it so that it didn't feel that way. So I was like, every time you would tell me to put it back, I was like, okay, but it hurts there. So then I was like,
exactly. Like me resting my bell like this is a lot of pressure on my forearm.
Okay, yeah, I just need strength with forearms.
So,
Forearms are weak. All right, okay.
okay, so from the gunslinger, just hold it in the gunslinger. You're gonna let your arm, I'm just gonna come closer so I can come into a kneeling position. In the gunslinger, you're gonna let your hand relax. So it's a bit like you can move your hand around the handle. Use the assisting hand to turn the bell to land into your rack position, which is that little pocket. Yeah, good. Now, can you do that? You're gonna like let the bell come forward to hike to dead stop. Let the bell come forward, hike to dead stop. It's gonna feel like your body's like bouncing the bell off, passing between your thighs to the floor.
Oh, good.
Right? Okay. From the dead stop position, can we go from dead stop to clean? You can use your other hand to help you wrap it around, but you don't need to if you want to try a couple times. I'll just do it on one side so you can see.
Okay, without assistance, right?
If you want to do it with assistance, you totally can. You'll at the apex, you can like pick it up and let it roll up and over.
Okay, so it's like,
yeah. Okay, for a clean, the same idea as the gunslinger is you want it to be as close to your body as possible. So it's from like, essentially because you're hiking it back, it's like in between your feet. Then you push on your feet to stand straight up. The bell is going to come slightly forward, but essentially quite close to your torso still. Your elbow is going to go back like it's going in the gunslinger. Then it's going to use your lats to stack underneath as your fist comes pointing up to the ceiling. Yeah. When the bell starts to slam into your arm, two things can be happening. The bell is coming too far out in front of you on your way, or your hand is gripping the bell too hard. You actually have to like let your hand relax enough on the working arm to relax enough that the handle can actually like move within your palm. Because if you think about it, the clean is going from this position all the way to this position. And if I'm gripping my handle too hard, it's going to have no choice because I'm moving my arm, I'm moving my back to whip into my side. But if I let my hand relax more, it actually has the space to move within my palm to just like slide up and over. You actually have to let the handle slide in your hand, which doesn't feel intuitive, but it will. Yeah. So much better. And then it's just a matter of like getting it really close towards your torso and practice that way. Yeah. That's perfect.
Ooh, that one was a little.
Good job. And then over time, I'm gonna ask you to like let your fist be closed on the way up because it's gonna happen where you will scratch your face or your eye or something.
Because you're doing it too.
Because your fingers are open. Yeah. It's just a preventative thing. And also like if we're going into flows is you're going to want to essentially always prepare yourself for what's coming next. So yeah, good job. Okay, are you ready to snatch now? To review. It's all building on top of each other, so no one get overwhelmed about like, oh my God, there's another move. Wait until we bring in the lower body, which is essentially much easier than you think, because once you nail these moves, everything else is like really easy. So to transition to the snatch, if you remember from last time, is you're gonna do a couple upright rows, where essentially like a gunslinger, you're bringing it close in towards your side. This time you're bringing it in close towards your shoulder. So I want you to think about pulling up from the floor to back next to your, at your shoulder height, and you're catching the base of the bell that way.
This one's the one that I struggled
You
with.
remembered.
Yeah.
Good. And your elbows kind of bending out at 45 degrees. So you don't have to worry about getting it up at 90 right next to your shoulder.
Like, is this
Down,
enough?
kind of like you're doing chest press.
Is this enough? Here?
Yeah.
Here or here?
You're gonna see a difference if you try both. You're gonna feel a difference, like one is gonna be more stuck at your shoulder and one is gonna feel like you can use your back more. So essentially, I want you to be able to use your back more than your shoulder. Yes, see the difference? Better. You're able to get more range. See how close you can get the bell to your body by putting your arm in that position?
Yeah, no, I feel good.
Better, right? Okay, now this one, don't be scared if it's slamming against your arm in the snatch, because that's a practice thing. So do a couple of upright rows, pull it right up next to your face. To get it up and overhead, you have to relax your grip and punch to the ceiling. See? Okay, I'm gonna do it a couple of times on one side so you can kind of see it there.
I'm like, what was that?
Yeah, I know, it's very fast, that's why. So I'm gonna do a couple upright rows for 3, for 2, for 1, and then in the snatch.
Right.
Oh, kind of close to the screen.
That's good.
It's very, very similar to a clean in what's actually happening in your grip.
So it's like,
so once it's all the way up, like about here, at this point, at your upright row position, you have to open your hand. Well, not open, but relax it. Just like before. The bell is gonna slide across your hand and be in the same position on the palm at 45 degrees. But as it's happening, I'm punching upright.
So you're like,
yes.
That was like slow-mo.
It's slow-mo, but yes. It's okay to do it slow-mo.
Like, right?
Yes. From the place of in between your thighs
yanking
to the upright row, you are doing it explosive, so which like, is good.
It's like,
can you keep that same explosiveness between the upright row and the snatch? Now, what I want your brain to think is not from thighs to face. Think of thighs to overhead.
Right. That's
your whole, like, get low in the legs and snap it to the ceiling.
The last 2 that I did before the last one felt like a lot better because I thought the cue that I gave myself was, okay, don't think of pulling out. Think of
pulling.
Think of like pulling, but allowing it to keep like lifting. You know what I mean? It was kind of like a
yes, like, it's exactly that.
Yeah, like
so remember that lawnmower chain? So instead of now, before we were doing lawnmower chain behind, I want lawnmower chain from in between my feet to go up towards my ear.
Yeah.
And the reason it's going up towards the ear is because once it's snatched above my head, my arm is right next to my ear, fist on top of elbow, on top of shoulder, on top of hip.
No.
Yes. Yes. Do it again.
I'm like,
yeah. From the snatch position, you have 2 ways to come out. What I'm going to ask everyone to do to practice is go from the rack position. So once your bell is overhead in your snatch, bend your elbow and drop it into your rack.
Yeah, right? Okay.
From the rack, swing back, dead stop. From the dead stop, hike back, snatch. Re-rack, hike back, dead stop. Just do those a few times, re-racking and bringing it down.
What are we doing? We're doing this and then all the way up, right? I'm doing
all the way up. Yeah. Dead stop, hike, snatch, and hold the snatch. Snatch, re-rack, hike back, dead stop. Again. Yes, re-rack, hike, dead stop. One more time.
That was bad.
It's okay if it's bad. If ever you feel like a transition is bad, you hold your final position. So, okay, my transition from dead stop to snatch was bad. Hold the snatch. Hold it above your head, reset.
And
then re-rack, and then bring it down.
So, here.
Hike, snatch. Hold the snatch. It was a bit slow. It's okay. You might be getting tired. One more time on this side. Better.
My first, but I feel like.
But you can feel the difference of the times that you're overthinking it.
Yes.
Versus like getting in your body and like making it explosive to the ceiling.
When I did the first two, it felt really good.
Yeah.
And then it started slowing down.
You got in your head.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Because I'm thinking too much. So I'm like, I feel like I need to.
It's okay. We're gonna try the other side, and I'm gonna add on a transition.
Like I did this one so many times. That's why I'm like, I feel like I need to do my left.
Yeah. Okay, you can do the left, no problem. You're gonna come up into a snatch, and we call it not to the re-rack and then the dead stop. We're gonna call it a swing back. So from the snatch position, it's up and overhead. You're going to make a J, the letter J shape with your pinky out in front of you and swing it back. It's like a funky transition. So it's from the snatch to the floor essentially with a swing back in between. So I'm making a J.
Okay.
Yeah.
Basically,
I'm making a J with my pinky out in front of me, and then the J is coming back in between the thighs and to the floor.
You're basically like, just like unraveling it.
Unraveling it. You're letting the bell roll off of your wrist as it's falling down. Yes, because there's another way to transition, which I don't like as much, which is taking the bell, going bottoms up, then swing back.
Yeah, that feels a little.
I don't want to talk about that version too much because personally, it doesn't teach you anything about not slamming the wrist. It creates a bit more of, you start to get into the habit of doing it on the way up. And then on the way up, if you go bottoms up, of course, it's going to smack against your wrist.
It's very different.
You want it to roll to the outside,
curve around.
Not go up, overhead, and back.
It's like kind of.
You don't want the bottoms up to be the base, to face the ceiling and slam behind your arm. You want it to go at a diagonal across your wrist to rest on the back of your forearm.
Yeah, it's like basically like coming
exactly forward. So the way that Laura's did it was that she went from her pinky side forward, down. Mm-hmm. Exactly. You're letting it roll off. It's more efficient
it's
than like bottoms up and down. Bottoms up and down, if you have a 55 to 65 pound kettlebell above your head, going bottoms up is a lot for the wrist. It's a lot for the shoulder and the back to swing behind you. But if you did it at a curve, you like take 10 pounds off. It's much easier.
Especially if you're starting, like if it's a weight that becomes easier, then you can start. But like I was gonna say, it's a lot for the wrist. Like my wrists are not the sturdiest, and like just if you think about it, your bottoms up, it was in the first slides, but this is bottoms up.
Yeah.
It's like essentially holding the kettlebell from and then pushing it down.
It's like you don't have as much control.
Yeah, and it's also like riskier, you know, like in terms of like if you do lose control, you could very well like sprain your wrist, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, definitely better.
Just a note on if your bell feels like it's falling, or like you just said, like we're losing control over the bell, move out of the way. Move out of the way, let it fall down. Like it's better it smash your floor, it's better it smash your furniture than your face, your foot, your whatever, you know? Like let the bell fall. It's okay. You don't have to try to catch it. You can use both hands, whatever. Like as you get more used to it, the bell will come out of alignment. It's no problem. But just if you feel like it's escaping your hand, let it fall. Okay. Laura, let's windmill.
Yeah.
Okay, half kneeling windmill. Half kneeling isn't one of our terms.
Yeah.
There's two different ways that you can windmill. One is a half kneeling position. So you're going to come onto your knees and step 1 foot forward. And it's directly in front of you. You're going to take your bell, into the knee that's bent, take it into that hand. So for me, it's my right foot in front. I'm going to grab it with my right hand. I'm just going to get it up into a rack position. You can use your other hands to help you. And overhead press, you can use your other hands to help you get it above your head. So now it's in my overhead press, overhead snatch position. Having your arm directly over your shoulder, having your fist face the ceiling. It's a difficult position to hold, but you're able to hold it. That's how you know you're in the right spot. Hips are directly underneath the rib cage, and I'm squeezing my butt hard. Back foot is going to step out towards the right side, towards bent knee side, 45 degrees. I'll just show you. So it's behind, coming in 45 degrees. Then you're going to stick your right sitting bone towards the angle of your foot, out 45 degrees. Taking your free hand to the floor, I'm in a hinge.
Okay.
Abs are engaged. Bring your hips underneath you, go right back up. Strong.
Okay.
Bring the weight down, relax.
Definitely.
Hard to hold in that position for a while. So just to show you without the kettlebell at all, right knee is bent. Back toes are behind me. Straight and straight. I'm gonna lunge on the floor. Right hand is gonna have the kettlebell. I'm gonna get it in a rack. I'm gonna punch it overhead. I don't have a bell in my hand right now, just to show. My fist is facing the ceiling, so my wrist is straight. In the back leg, taking it back behind you to the right, 45 degrees. So if you look at your side profile, if I take my foot to the right, it disappears behind my thigh. And it's behind, it's in line with my bent knee side. Yeah. Hips are gonna push out at an angle in the same line as that back foot. This is a hinge. It's like a side hinge. My right butt cheek is sticking back at an angle. My torso, chest is still facing my front knee side. My waist is facing the floor. Bottom hand comes underneath my shoulder. Kettlebell to the ceiling, stacked on right shoulder stacked on left to hand, one straight line. Then you got to squeeze your butt, squeeze your glutes, thrust it forward to bring your hips back underneath to rise.
This is
interesting.
Really good.
Good. Let's do the other side. So I'm going to take my left foot in front. My back toes are tucked. I'm in a half kneeling position. I'm in a lunge on the floor. Taking my back leg off to the side, towards bent knee side, towards left. Yeah, it's in the same line as my working leg heel. Okay, left arm is above the head. I did an overhead press, fist to ceiling. Hinge, take the left hip way back behind you. So it's not just to the left side, it's at a diagonal towards my back calf. They're not touching, but just that direction. Free hands towards the floor, and you can look up. Yeah. Come all the way back up, stack your spine. Then you can bend your working arm to a rack, take it to the floor.
That's crazy.
Yes.
That's
so
great.
with the kettlebell, if you haven't already, we're gonna try on the right side again. What I do to get it in position, half kneeling, right foot forward, stay. Right hand on the bell, assisted clean to my rack. See how these terms are so important? They come up a lot, so that's why it's easy. Overhead press, you can do it assisted with your other hand, get it above your head. Now you're in like a snatch position, my fist is at the ceiling, I'm stacked really tall. First things first, look at your arm, look at your kettlebell, eyes on the kettlebell. Then keep your eyes on the kettlebell, back foot comes in, eyes on the kettlebell, they stay. Free hand to the floor, start to hinge, hips at an angle. Push off the floor for assistance, come back up. My eyes are still on my kettlebell. Once I'm upright, toes come back behind me, eyes are forward. Bend the elbow, take the bell back in to the floor. Other side. Left foot forward. Back toes directly behind me, and I'm in a straight lunge shape. Left hand on, assisted clean. Overhead press, stay. Turn your toes, stay. Eyes on your bell, look up. Look where your arm is going. Keep it straight. Hinge, butt coming back at an angle, hand to the floor. Eyes are still on the kettlebell, rise back up. Eyes directly forward. Once it's overhead, turn the foot, bend the elbow to the floor. Yes.
Like all my clients that are gonna watch this, watch me getting a beating today.
Yeah. So for the windmill, from what you've noticed, is that it's not a side to side. It's
nice.
a deadlift, a hinge, out at an angle.
But it's so good, like
45 degrees.
Feel your obliques. So
yes.
It's so good. Like you're really like
your windmills will give you abs, I promise.
Yeah, it's almost like a dip. It's so hard to explain. Like it's almost like you
have to like squeeze your core to feel safe to come underneath your weight. The weight is so in the kneeling position, and when we get to standing, your weight is directly above you. Oops, your weight is directly above you. When you hinge, as you bring your hips back, because your eyes are on your bell, always keep your eyes on your bell when it's overhead, when you're doing a windmill, because when you don't, your arm is gonna move wherever the fuck it wants to go.
Oh yeah, I felt that on one of them. I was like, it was like a little wiggle. And
so when you do your windmill, always look up. You're gonna see in the demo videos, I tell you, I make you move your face to look up.
Yeah.
You take your eyes on the bell. When you're about to move, eyes up, then you move into a side, into the side, and then push off the floor and rise. When you get a little bit more range in your hips, you have the ability and the space, if your body allows, to, as you come down, see how I'm like right underneath the weight still? You don't have to take the hand down, you can come down onto your forearm or low towards the floor and drive up. As you get stronger, as you get stronger, you, once you're low to the floor, whether it be hand or elbow, you're gonna push less and less with the bottom hand. There will always be pressure, no doubt, but you're gonna end up using your working side more and more by squeezing the glutes to take it underneath, by using your abs to pull yourself up. More and more, your bottom hand and elbow will eventually become lighter and lighter as you go. Again, there's always pressure. For example, you know when you do a reverse lunge, which we're going to do, there's always pressure in the back foot because it's touching the floor, but all of my weight is in my front leg.
There's a little bit of pressure, but it's more for stability. Because
It's for stability and feedback, because when you're in a position on the side with your weight still above you, your body's gonna want to hold on to something. So give it something to touch and use the feedback of the touch to bring you up. Once you become stronger and more integrated into the other stuff that's happening, you can use it less and less.
Yeah, it's like a little stimulus. You're just touching it, be aware. But I was wondering, because you mentioned it, but I was wondering that actually, because I was thinking like I was able to, with this weight, with 50 pounds, I could have done it without touching the ground. Like I touched it, but I realized that lifting myself up, like I didn't need to use my
exactly.
possible.
So
then that's good. That's good. You covered it basically. I'm like,
the reason why in the half kneeling you want to touch is because your eyes aren't on the floor, your eyes are up. So when you're in a position and done like lots of flows and lots of movements, at one point your brain is gonna be like, where the fuck am I going? Your eyes are not on the floor, right? Your eyes are on your kettlebell. So the hand is there to just be like, here's the floor.
It's just a reference. Okay.
It's a reference.
I just wanted to know. Yeah, I just wanted to know because I was like, oh, I feel like I could push this like with my butt.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Okay, let's try them standing and then we're gonna do lower body stuff. Lower body stuff you'll pick up quite quickly. Kettlebell, windmill from standing. You're gonna wanna get into a snatch position. Get it up any way that you want. It does not have to be a snatch. You can do a clean to overhead press. Just get the bell up into your snatch position. So bell above the head. Feet hip to shoulder width apart. Feet are going to turn out 45 degrees away from your working side. So my bell is in my right hand. Toes turn to the left, both of them. Look at your bell. Stick your butt back in the same direction as your heels. So my bell is going to the right. I'm looking at my bell. Back leg is straight-ish. Front leg is kind of bent. Right leg is straight-ish. Left leg is kind of bent. Free hand is inside left leg. Touching. Back of hand to calf, knee, thigh. Squeeze your glutes. Come forward, bring your hips underneath, stack straight up. Eyes can come forward. Toes forward, bend elbow, dead stop.
Okay, cool.
Okay, you wanna try the other side? I'm taking the bell into my left hand, get it up overhead any way that you can. Handle again is at 45 degrees, don't forget that. Stack yourself tall, 3-point stack. Toes away from working side, 45 degrees. Look at your kettlebell. Hips hinge back at an angle into my left side. Free hand inside right leg. Knee kind of bent. Squeeze abs, squeeze glutes. Come all the way up. Eyes are forward once you're overhead. Toes forward, bend elbow to rack, dead stop to floor.
Yay. That was good. I like that one.
Windmill feels really, really nice.
I like it.
It's this full body expression of taking up space. It's overhead, it's at an angle, it feels very wide. It's also a move, I'm gonna be clear on this, you're not gonna do a lot of them. It's very taxing. It's not like a snatch. A snatch can depend on explosiveness. It can depend on a lot of other muscles. And it's a windmill is almost like an iso hold. It's a low tempo deadlift essentially to the side. So there's a lot happening. Windmills is not something you do like 15 reps of at a time. It's usually a smaller rep range. So that being said, because it's such a strong move, is that you need to do them slowly. Take your time. Once you're up, You're structured, you're stacked. Take your time to set yourself up properly. Look at your kettlebell because I need you to know where that is so it doesn't fall on your face. Adjust your feet. You hinge to the side. My eyes are always on the bell as I'm coming down. Then once I'm completely upright again, I'm able to bring the arms straight next to my ear. My nose and my eyes are forward. You re-rack and take it down.
Yeah. I like it because it's very the Turkish. Is it like part of a Turkish getup?
Yes.
I learned that was the first kettlebell exercise I ever learned because my first ever coach loved kettlebells. He loved kettlebells. He was probably one of the best coaches I've ever had, actually.
Those are the best.
Yeah,
me too. My first coach was big on kettlebells.
Oh yeah, so
yeah.
Like, oh, look at this now.
He used to make us swing and do burpees all the time.
Yes, he made me do swings and Turkish get-ups, and I was like 18 years old, like doing like Turkish get-ups, and I was like,
yeah, and you're gonna see, like, guys, when you do them, when you do windmills, when you do swings, when you do your snatch, you feel very fucking cool because it's kind of badass to be able to swing a weight around with control and stability. And if you saw in our stories, like doing it with grace and fluidity is like all a part of the experience. So.
And when you said that thing, that's why when you said that thing about it being like a dance, I was like, oh.
Yeah, when we said last time. Yeah. Okay, are you gonna? The lower body moves you guys kind of know already. It's a squat and a lunge. You're just adding the other elements of the kettlebell techniques to them. Squat to clean, or a squat clean, is essentially you're going to clean into a squat. So as you catch your clean, you're coming down into a squat, but just to prepare your brain, get your kettlebell into a rack position and hold. So next to you, I'm cleaning it into my hand. Feet, just as you set them up before, you're just gonna sit back into a squat, load up your hips, stand up. Just do a couple squats for me with one side, front rack position, bring the bell down, do it on the other side. I wanna note, as you're doing it, when your bell is in your rack position, as you squat, it's normal that your elbow is gonna come out slightly to the side at an angle and coming back up. You always want your elbow to be as close to your torso as possible, but it's normal. Obviously, as you squat, you gotta move it out of the way a little bit and then bring it back up.
You could just keep it here.
You just don't want your elbow to be all the way out here as you're going up and down. It's not wrong, it's just inefficient.
Okay.
You'll get tired up here, that's all. Yeah. Exactly. It's not like I said, you're gonna see people doing it up here. It's not wrong, it's just like my shoulder's gonna get tired so fast. Okay.
The front.
Okay. The squat to clean is as you bring it into your clean, into your arm, you're going to squat at the same time. So once your bell is in its rack position at the final movement of the clean, your hips are down. So it looks like this. I'm gonna do it on my left side. So from the dead stop position, hike it back, clean, and catch it in the squat. Stand back up, back to dead stop. Clean, as I catch the clean, I drop the hips into a squat.
Okay. So,
yeah.
Right? I think.
As it's coming in, you sit. Yeah. No, it's good. That's good. That's good. It's just practice, marrying them together. You're also perfecting the clean at the same time, so things won't be perfect. You just want to move safely. Yeah.
It's because I feel like my legs are already like bent by the time I'm flipping it, so I'm like.
That's, yes, good point. It's on purpose.
Okay, it's okay. It's okay.
Yes, it's okay. Because your clean is from a dead stop position, you are bent. And then that way, when you hike it into a clean, I'm never really like straightening my legs. I'm going into a hike, my knees are still bent, and then I'm like sitting more.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like a little thrown off because I was like, I'm not like extending. I was like fully, and then coming down.
Yes.
Like, so it's
from
like,
everything from a dead stop position is harder because you're not standing straight. From a hike position, that's where it's not from the floor, it's in between the thighs. You guys know that one? You can do that as well. So it's from the hike, clean to squat. I'm almost like a bit more upright. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm like, unfortunately, a perfectionist. So I just want to like.
It's okay. It won't always be at 100% the first time. You know what you guys can do? From the hike, do the gunslingers first. From the hike position. So what you're gonna do, here's a first sprinkle of a taste of a flow, dead stop position, hike it back, single arm swing on the left side, okay? So from dead stop, hike, single arm swing on the left side, you stay. From the single arm swing on the left side, do a gunslinger. Do it again, gunslinger left, gunslinger left, clean left hand, clean left hand. On the third, squat clean left side. Ha!
It's just not smooth yet on my left.
That's okay, doesn't matter.
It was like not bad, but on my left, I'm like.
Try it on the right.
On the right, it was okay.
I want to see it.
And like.
Yeah. Your cleans are getting better and better.
Yeah, I'm trying to see like for the. So dead stop.
So as it's on the way, so on the way to your clean, you need to sit.
Yeah.
So it's gonna feel like, okay, you know the feeling, especially as you're newer at kettlebell, when the bell is gonna slam into your arm, I want you to sit down to catch it.
Okay. So I don't ever get up, basically. At least
don't worry about that part.
So it's like, because I feel like if I do this, I'm like
yeah.
It's like
pause. Bring it to the floor.
Yeah.
In your dead stop to your hike back, you're squatting too much. You're not hinging enough. Yeah.
Then I can't reach. Like with my
bring the bell closer.
It would have to be.
Okay.
Okay. I was like, that's like barely. That's like not a foot though. Because if I have it, like,
it depends on your abilities, right? Like if you said like, oh, in my hinge, I actually can't reach the bell because of my hamstring. It's okay. Bring it closer. Yeah.
But
that's fine.
I have a very long torso.
I just don't want the bell to be in between the feet. I just want it more forward. That's all.
Yeah, it's easier when it's like.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah.
Like even here. Like if it's like.
That's good. Right there. Nope. Take it in.
Yeah.
There. Because now, if you can see your reflection, it's kind of far probably for you, is that when your arm is extended out, it's actually in line with your shoulders. Like it's a bit, it's at an angle.
Also, just people's anatomy.
Yeah.
Right? So like somebody can have really long arms.
Exactly.
Long legs. Like it matters when you squat and when you do anything. So I feel like if you at any point throughout this start to feel like, oh, it feels like it's too far in front of me, or it's like too close, or then just, I'm assuming like it's okay to adjust based on your dimensions, like your proportions, right? So for me, I was like, because I was like putting it a foot in front of me, and I was like, okay, like I'm basically squatting. That's why when you were like, okay, now go and then squat, I was like, but I'm already squatting. I was like, down. Okay, cool. I'm gonna try.
Okay, let's try it.
We'll take a little less.
As it comes into your arm into the rack.
Yeah, this is better.
On your way to clean, you have to sit to catch the kettlebell. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm like, finally.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Right after that is a squat to press. So your bell is in a clean position, is in a rack position. You're gonna drop into a squat and hold. From there, you're gonna press it overhead. It's like a squat thruster. You're sitting, and as you stand, punch overhead. And then re-rack and sit at the same time. So you rack it in, you sit, and then stand and punch. Rack and sit, stand and punch. Rack and sit, stand and punch. Yeah.
Nice.
That's squat press.
So squat press, and we did
Clean. We did a squat clean.
Nice.
Or it could be called clean to squat, depending on.
It's clean to squat. Clean, you said?
Yeah, clean. Clean to squat or squat clean.
Okay,
and like, then squat press.
Okay. But I meant like before you said clean, squat, clean. Is that like you're saying like that's like the sequence? Or I just heard you wrong?
Oh, maybe I said so. I ignore that.
I'm like, you could have been. I was like, wait. I just like wanted to know. Okay, cool. So we did the lower body. So that's the
squat. And then guys, like honestly, the lunge is the same thing. It's a single leg squat. So into your rack position, you're gonna clean it up. And then instead of squatting, what I do is I clean and I'm standing upright. Then I reverse lunge back. Try both legs. See the difference?
So just a reverse lunge?
Just a reverse lunge. There's many variations of lunges, but today we'll just do reverse. Yeah. Good. Because depending on the flow or the movement that you're doing, you can either do reverse lunge, same rack side, free arm, free leg can go back, or you can do the other side. There's no right or wrong, that's chef's choice.
Yeah, right. Okay, cool, I like those.
Yes.
I'm so excited, I have my new kettlebell.
Dude, you're gonna be obsessed, I promise.
I'm literally so ready for this. I'm gonna be doing so many home workouts. Yeah. So are we gonna do, because I think, how long was that?
We're almost there. We're at 12 to 20. We're gonna try, because we're gonna do a flow together at the end.
That's what I was
wondering. I want you to try. This is also kind of what I do in my classes or in my one-on-ones, is what I'll do is I'll break down the flow into small chunks, practice them first as pieces, then do all of the moves together at once. So you guys are gonna experience your first flow all together as one piece.
I'm so excited.
Okay, can you get your bell into a snatch, please? Right side. Right hand, snatch, get it up. Hold it. Okay, hold it. Take your left leg back, reverse lunge. Go slow. Switch legs. Alternate lunging with your hand up. My eyes are straight forward in this position. Okay, when you're done, satisfied, re-rack, hike, dead stop. Try the other side, snatch into the left. Reverse lunge, one side and then the other. Okay, when you're done, re-rack, hike, dead stop. It's an overhead lunge, overhead loaded lunge. That's all.
I really like it. I really like all of this because it's so good for abs.
Yes.
Like basically everything that works out my core makes me.
Laura, we're ready. Guys, we're ready. First flow. You're gonna do all the moves together now, one after the other. We're gonna go slow, okay?
But excited.
I'll break it down for you. I'm gonna say it and do it at the same time. Then we'll break it down, okay? Alternating swing, right hand on the bell. Alternating swing, one per side. Right hand, single arm. Forward, forward, okay? Once it's in my right hand, dead stop. Right hand clean, squat, no. Oh yeah, sorry. Okay, right hand clean, dead stop, right hand snatch, hold, windmill, toes, turn to the left. Look at your hand. Right hand windmill, come down, right back up, toes forward, re-rack, stay, squat, press, sit, press, stay, reverse lunge, left leg back, to the floor, touch down. Left foot comes behind you, half kneeling windmill. Look at your bell. Take your left hand to the floor, coming down, all the way upright. Toes go directly behind you. Lean on your front foot, stand up, re-rack, dead stop. That's one side. Let's try left side. Left hand on the bell. Alternating swing, you're just gonna go back, forth, till it's on your left hand, okay? Left hand on. Alternating swing. So switch, switch, switch. Left hand on, dead stop. Left hand clean, up, dead stop, hike to floor. Left hand snatch, up, hold. Windmill, toes turn to the right, to my free hand. Hips back, look up, rise. Toes forward, rack. Squat press, down, up. Reverse lunge, right leg back. Stay, floor. Toes in, look up. Hinge, windmill. Back up, toes behind. Lean forward, stand, rack, dead stop.
Hey. Can we do that and then tell people where to breathe?
Yes.
Because I was breathing, but moments where I stopped breathing.
Hey, in your swing, when your bell is in front of you at the apex, exhale. If you focus on punching your air out hard, you contract your abdominals at the hardest point. That's what it's for. Don't worry too much about your inhales.
Or the exhale.
More or less going to happen naturally. In the swing, at the apex, when bell is forward, exhale. Worry about that. In your clean, from the floor to the clean, you exhale. So anytime you do something explosive, exhale. So bringing it from a dead stop into my clean, I exhale.
Whenever we produce force against gravity.
Yes, when you produce the force against gravity, you push air out. When I am bringing it back to the dead stop, I inhale. So because I am empty at the top, as I bring the bell back to the floor, I go inhale. So you can guess from the dead stop to snatch, you exhale overhead. From the snatch, you exhale. Exactly. And then as you bring it back down, whether it be re-rack to floor or from that J swing to the floor, it's to release.
Yeah, because you have to brace as you're moving too.
Exactly. So when we're exuding the force, the power, it's an exhale. When the bell is moving,
holding,
your breath is in.
Yeah, you're just holding it in there.
Exactly. So in the squat clean, it looks the same. When the bell is in, because you're cleaning and squatting at the same time, it's same thing in the snatch, right? When you're up and overhead. Yeah. Okay. In the windmill, however, when it's up, because we are going from the floor to overhead snatch, there is an exhale, right? Now the bell is above my head. Turning the toes, you set yourself up slowly, so don't worry about how many breaths you're taking in between these steps. All good. Once you are hinging though, once you go in the windmill, inhale. Exhale to stand. Inhale to hinge. Exhale to stand. To the floor. Same thing in the half kneeling. When you are in the half kneeling position and it's overhead, turn the toes, then you inhale to go back, exhale up. Okay, I'm gonna do the flow again. I'm gonna do it without saying anything, and I want you guys to watch and hear me breathe.
Yeah.
Okay? Then we're gonna do it together. But just watch, listen to me breathe. We're almost there, okay? Get your air out to prepare. Windmill. Sorry, let me return. Make sense?
So nice. Trying to get you alone on the screen, but I don't think I was able to. So I just put it back because I was like, oh, whatever. I'm just gonna distract people.
Yeah. Okay, let's try it again. We're gonna do it again, one per side.
Together.
Right hand on first.
All right. Do this.
Ready?
Yeah. Super ready.
Okay. Hold on. Because I feel like I just did a different flow than what we're supposed to do.
It was good. I mean, it's good because we get to see.
Yeah.
Is where we're
It's a bit harder, the one that we're doing, than what I wanted. But that's good for you guys. Okay, ready? Right hand on, alternating swing, then bring it to a dead stop. Do 1, 2, 3, 4, back to the right hand, dead stop, okay? Right hand on, go, switch, 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 right hand, dead stop, clean, dead stop, right hand snatch, stay, windmill, toes turn, hinge, back up to stand, re-rack, bring it to the dead stop, Okay. Squat clean. Right side, press overhead. Left leg back, reverse lunge to the floor. Toes in, windmill. Back up, lean onto your front foot to stand, re-rack, dead stop.
Yay.
Left side. Left hand on, alternating swing, back, forth, back, forth, back, forth, to go to your left hand. Here we go. Switch, 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 dead stop, left hand on. Left hand clean, left hand snatch, stay, windmill, turn your toes. Re-rack, dead stop. I forgot we were going, that's why. Squat to clean, left side. Squat clean, squat press, right leg back, toes in, windmill, half kneeling, rise, lean forward, stand up, re-rack, dead stop.
Yay. That was great.
Job.
Thank you. Woo. Talk about a workout.
Not a breath.
I'm very excited for everyone to try this.
Me too, I'm excited.
Yeah, it's really fun. And it's gonna be on YouTube. So for all those who missed it, you'll be able to watch it.
Yes, 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 yes. And
Yes.
practice. Practice makes perfect. You don't need to be perfect to practice.
And if you want to be perfect, you could just book a session with Steph through the website and you'll get your one-on-one session with her online. Or if you're in Montreal, no, mostly online. We'll see about in person. Maybe this summer, we'll do something.
We'll see. Yeah. But just reach out first and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. So we're gonna go look at the presentation really quick.
Yeah.
Is it still there? Can you see it?
Let me see. I do not see it.
You don't see it. Okay. So give me 1 second.
Oh wait, I think it's coming up because I can see it in my controller.
Yeah, I think it's the okay.
While you do that, I'm gonna drink water.
You can you change me to be the host again?
Maybe that's
Is it recording? Yes. Okay, I got scared. I was like, no. Can you switch me to be the host? It might be if you click on me, on the 3 dots of me, or let me see. Reclaim host. I did it. I did it.
Perfect.
I got it. I got it. Where is it here? Okay. No.
As I'm swallowing on.
Share. Here we go. Okay. Right here. Okay, so we went through all of these different movements, which is super fun. We went through the different flows. Cleans. The snatch. The windmill. And then new skills breakdown. So this is what we looked at today, right?
Yeah.
So we did lots of dead stop transitions, clean to squat, squat to press, clean, reverse lunge, snatch, reverse lunge. So that was really fun. And so this is what we just did. And then I think that's it. Let me see. For oh yeah, so that's what I wanted to say. Okay, so up next, this is like the last part. Basically, Steph added videos to the playlist. So we'll be sending, if you want to purchase them, you can purchase it as, just email us and you could purchase it as a package with the presentation. And yeah, and that's it. And then you can join part 3. This is for those who missed part 1 and 2 and are joining for part 3. Where we're going to be doing more advanced transitions and full flow combinations. And basically that's what we'll be doing most of the time. And then Q&A and program tips from Steph on like how you can create a program that is best suited for you and your goals. And then let's see, is there anything else?
I want to note something for the videos on the playlist. When you see the videos, by the way, you're going to, I filmed like, let's say like the squat clean, the reverse lunge and whatever, and the little transitions that we taught today. And like, remember that like that J-shaped swing back and whatever, that stuff is going to be in there as well. So you're going to see both options available depending on how you want to play with it, like from the snatch to practice the swing back, what it looks like, or if you want to re-rack and bring it back that way, you'll see what it looks like. You get to see both. They're both there.
Okay, amazing. Well,
in the same video, like if you click squat clean, you're gonna see like either I'm holding the kettlebell and squatting with it, or I'm going from clean to squat, like you can see both. Same thing with the reverse lunge.
Like broken down or together, basically.
Yeah, like just to give you guys some options of like where you want to take your exercises, where you want to take your flow. Like, oh, what if I did like 3 squats here? Like, is that possible? You know what I mean? Like, just so you can kind of see some options that you want to play with.
Amazing. Thank you. I'm very excited to see them. I'm gonna stop the record.